Kitty Anderson, board certified, coaching since 2017. Let's talk progesterone reactions. Hey, it's Kitty Anderson again. I'm a board certified menopause coach. I'm 64 years old and have had 14 years of successful HRT. I will never live without my HRT, and you know from the last 40 videos that I've done that I know the science behind HRT, and I am going to be its biggest fan. My whole goal is to help you, a menopausal woman or a perimenopausal woman, through this transition. It is horrible, and the education level is very, very low. We can't connect the dots of our symptoms to hormones unless we learn about what hormones do in the body. And this is the way that we learn how to balance our own hormones. Isn't that a progressive idea? And this whole video is to thank you, number one, for helping us get to 20,000 views across all my videos in the last 6 or 7 months. So that's an incredible benefit for womankind, right? Is that we can educate ourselves and start to advocate for ourselves. So you'll see that I'm a big advocate for driving the process of getting hormones. Let me add that in 2022, I'm going to continue to offer my free ebook, Your Initial HRT Appointment Guide. It's 100 pages of menopause science. It goes through the best and the worst HRT. It goes through my weight loss story. It goes through all the details for every single hormone, what they do, and how they impact your body. So you've got some of the science. There are over 100 references at the end, and there are things that you can share with your doctor to kind of convert them to understanding what hormones are going to do for you. I really want to make sure that you get a chance at this kind of health. I really want to make sure. And the number one question for 2021 was, what the heck is a progesterone reaction? Why do we have this? This is crazy. Hormones are supposed to be good for us. Kitty, you told us that hormones are supposed to be good for us. Hormones are supposed to be good for us, and they are. Progesterone is fantastic for your brain health. It has a huge impact on brain health. Use progesterone even if no uterus. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about progesterone reactions and then how you can overcome them. There will be a very long list, so I'm putting it into a PowerPoint for you this time. You can take a screenshot of one of the screens and it becomes a checklist for you to figure out how to manage your own progesterone sensitivity. What's the right way to manage this? And I want to say that my personal story is, of course, I was reactive to progesterone. Most of us are. We love the benefits of deep sleep. That is just fantastic. And we love the benefits of the relaxed muscles and the calm mood. Those things are just wonderful. But there's some cross reaction with our other hormones. So we may have to bump some other hormones up. And I'm going to explain why. So I'm switching over to PowerPoint. But before I leave you, make sure that you like these videos, subscribe if you want updates. I'm going to be doing weekly updates, answering questions in 2022, and then make comments. I'm in the comments every single day, and you'll have to hit the bell, I guess, for notifications if you want to keep up with this constantly changing kind of environment that we have, this medical system that doesn't seem to be getting better at optimizing our hormones. So it's up to you to optimize your hormones. And I'm going to give you some pointers on how to do that. Okay, be right back. Hello, hello. This is Kitty Anderson. I am a board certified menopause coach. My certification is in health and wellness coaching. My nutrition certification is in the autoimmune protocol diet, which helps you to avoid disease. I've been menopause coaching since 2017, and I started my YouTube channel in 2021. I do weekly postings, and I'm answering your question today. What the heck is a progesterone reaction? Oh my gosh, we're all having them. Progesterone reaction. So I went through my comments section in YouTube, and I also went through all of my coaching interactions and the notes I take on coaching, and then also took into account all the emails that you sent me in 2021. And our number one question is, what is a progesterone reaction and what can we do about this? It can be crippling. Let's get this fixed. What can a progesterone reaction look like? It can look like depressed mood, lack of motivation, lack of confidence, lack of energy, bloating, brain fog, sleepy in the daytime. You're going to get some digestive issues related to taking an oral micronized progesterone. It is very common to have the bloating issue, so diet will be a part of the solution. So why do we have progesterone reactions? We know progesterone is really good for us, especially for our brain. Well, the number one reason is there's some crosstalk between hormones. There's ways that the receptors for the hormones are dampened by progesterone. The two receptors I'm talking about is serotonin, so your happiness neurotransmitters all come from serotonin, and testosterone. So if you're not yet adding testosterone to your solution, your receptors are dampened by your progesterone. Another reaction could be digestive reactions. And lastly, it could be unbalanced hormones. And your doctor may not know what to do here. So you guide the doctor based on your mental health. Let's summarize the quick tips for a progesterone reaction. Sometimes this is called a progesterone sensitivity. You need to consider this every time you might decrease your estradiol, which would impact your receptors and also impact how your liver is working. If you ever increase your progesterone, you need to consider progesterone reactions. And if you ever decrease your testosterone, you need to consider progesterone reactions. So I'm going to be covering a lot of different ways that your body can manage this thing called progesterone. But I wanted to give you the full picture. Okay, so this might be really intimidating, but once again, I want to give you the full picture. You're going to work on hormones first. Here are my ideas for progesterone sensitivity, and some of these come from the literature, some of them come from my own personal experience, and some of them come from Louise Newson, her podcast, and her documentation that she offers on her website. So she is in charge of the largest menopause clinic in the United Kingdom. She has 25 doctors working for her, and she's very happy to share menopause information. So the first thing is take out the progesterone. And only certain providers will do this because we tend to lean towards endometrial cancer if we don't have enough progesterone. So that is your doctor's main concern, is making sure you have enough progesterone to manage the endometrium. You're looking to have an endometrium of no more than 4 millimeters. You can also do A lower dose of oral micronized progesterone. You could get it customized to only be 50 milligrams. You can try using vaginal progesterone with the oral micronized progesterone capsule. In this case, you can use half the dose that you normally would use. You can increase your estradiol levels to metabolize the progesterone better. This clears it out of your system by the time you wake up in the morning. You can add testosterone or increase your testosterone. And this helps to activate those testosterone receptors that are being dampened by the progesterone. You can add pregnenolone or increase your pregnenolone. And what this does is moves a metabolite called allopregnenolone into a very high level. And that high level of allopregnenolone is positive and mood boosting. You can add low-dose naltrexone. That increases your own endorphins, just like massage, exercise, and acupuncture. You can visit psychiatry to see what you can do for your mental health there. A lot of women suffer from a lack of focus, and they try generic Adderall. This is also non-toxic. The psychiatrist may have other ideas. Of course, you want to avoid the benzodiazepines and other types of mood dampening types of drugs, right? You want to check your thyroid after every major dose change of HRT. The thyroid can be impacted by the fluctuation in hormones of perimenopause. Many of us are supplementing thyroid medication as well as HRT. You can supplement and test your vitamin D. This is a pro-hormone, and optimizing that level will help your HRT work better. Lifestyle changes. Now, I have a lot of these, and you've seen my video on nutritional psychiatry, so you're going to understand why your mood is impacted entirely by the diet that you eat. First off, you can add nutrients and fiber to increase the processing of that progesterone. You can add antidepressant foods. Look for foods that are high in lithium. Look for foods high in B12, high fiber, and omega-3s in fish and seafood. You can add exercise, which has so many other benefits anyway. You can add stress management. This is something that we talk about in coaching. We work out your solution for stress. You can add coaching for any habit change. As you want to make these diet changes, sometimes you need help prioritizing, and a good coach is going to help you down this path. You can decrease the anti-nutrients that cause mood issues like saturated fats, processed food, processed red meat, sugar, and processed grains. You are going to miss the sugar rush, but you're trading it in for happiness and satiety. You can try an infrared red light therapy, like the product called Juve. This is a special bandwidth that actually increases the energy level at the atomic level, so it's really improving mood. You can decrease your omega-6 foods, oils, nuts, and seeds, especially vegetable oils and seed oils. You can decrease your chronic stress with meditation and mindfulness. Any type of breath work is really going to help you here, and yoga has a lot of benefits. Want to make sure that you avoid the synthetic progestogens like MPA and some of the IUDs. They're in the same category as progesterone, but they have worse effects. Avoid combination products of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone where you cannot manipulate the individual components. Once you know what the individual components do, you can manage those. But if you get a combo product, you can't manage it. So how do you make these adjustments? That's a very long list, kitty. What are you doing to me? Well, work on the hormones first. So that means estradiol, which will give you a bunch of other health benefits if you're at too low of a dose. The testosterone will also give you massive health benefits. There are 20 different things that testosterone does, aside from mood. Manage your progesterone, LDN, vitamin D, and pregnenolone at about 100 milligrams or more. These are all so helpful. These are quick changes. These are changes you make with one doctor, your OBGYN. How do you make these adjustments? Number one, take on as many as you can. You really want this mood issue solved. And what you'll find from my list of quick tips, although it's a long list, all of these things will benefit your whole body health. Your mood will get boosted and your whole body health will be improved. Number two, follow your intuition. If you're trying something and it's not working, perhaps that product is having a problem. Perhaps your genetics or the combination of things that you're trying is keeping you from getting results. And number three, look for results in mental health. Your mental health will improve. You might notice other improvements, but mental health is the really obvious one. And lastly, when do I stop making all these changes? Well, you want to stop when you feel premenopausal. When you wake up with energy every day, you have a lot of positivity in your life, and you're feeling all of the benefits that you expect to feel. Please do consider your individuality. All of us have some genetic differences. We have a unique health history. Our nutrition is entirely different from any other woman. We are estimating things that will be good for your health, and these are generalized. These are good for everybody, any age. So I'm just providing education here. I am not diagnosing you. I am not prescribing you any hormones. I am simply providing an educational service so that you can be exposed to all the things inside your control for managing your health. I hope this is helping you. So that PowerPoint was a lot. It is a lot to consider. But keep in mind, you're going to be balancing your hormones first. That'll be the most important thing that you do. Now, you may or may not get results from that depending upon your diet. So we have to figure out where your diet is in this whole equation. If you remember, I did a video on nutritional psychiatry, so the impact of mental health, the impact of diet on your mental health. It is critical, and I don't know what your diet is right now. Then we have the issue of everything affects everything, right? So you've got to reduce toxins if you're in a high toxin environment. You've got to look at your pharmaceuticals. 370 drugs affect whether or not your HRT works. So that's important. Stress management. Are you under chronic stress? Is this something that you have not been able to tackle because of low hormones? Coaching will help you tackle that problem. It'll help you organize. It goes from very broad to really specific action plans, things that'll work for you, things we discover, things that have worked for you before and you've kind of forgotten about it. So we pull those to the front of your life and we work on stress management. Healing relationships. This is another thing we talk about in coaching. And one of the most important things we do for you is building that nurturing network. A coaching session will often focus on whether or not your doctor is the right doctor for you. You might be using somebody that you've just used in the past. You might be using someone who's convenient, right? You might be using someone who's under insurance, which are good reasons to do that, right? So this is something we explore in a coaching session. Once again, you can get a North American Menopause trained doctor at menopause.org. That's an option. You can get a functional medicine trained doctor at the Institute for Functional Medicine. They have a directory there. You can get documents to convert your current OBGYN to a HRT-friendly OBGYN in the YouTube description below. Share those documents with your doctor, and you can turn them around. I certainly have had doctors say they're so impressed with my program. Now, I am doing a program, and if you email me at jumpstartaip@gmail.com, I have a treatment table for you with 14 things that I tried. And also it has a sample symptom list. You're always going to be managing your hormones based on your symptoms, right? And mental health is the number one thing you want to optimize. You want to wake up happy. You want to wake up excited. You want to wake up energized. All of this is available to you. It's all available. You just have to go fight for it. I'm sorry. You just have to go fight for it. So I'm fighting for you by putting up these videos and being there for you in the comments and being there for you through email and coaching sessions. So we have ways that we can connect and make a difference in each other's lives. I cannot advertise, you guys, because I'm talking about human hormones, and those are the same as drug names. And so YouTube thinks that I am a drug pusher. So YouTube will not let me advertise without going through the advertising hoops of a drug maker. And I don't have a big legal department. I don't have anybody helping me. It's me. I do everything. I do my thumbnails, I do my videos, I do my editing, I do everything. So I don't have help. You are my helper. You're on this project with me. We are changing the world. So thank you again for 2021. It was really a good year. Great year for us. Let's head into 2022 and see what happens. All right. Take good care. Share these videos. All right. Bye-bye.